Democrats held their fourth debate in the 2020 presidential race last night in Ohio. 12 candidates argued over health care and the ongoing impeachment inquiry surrounding the president. So joining me now to discuss that debate and how it affects the election is Morgan Lyon-Cotti from Utah's Hinckley Institute of Politics. Morgan, thanks for being with us this morning.
Thanks for having me.
So what's the big takeaway from last night's debate?
The big takeaway with these debates is always interesting because they can also reflect what's been going on with the campaign trail.
Sure.
And you saw that Elizabeth Warren has certainly been rising in the polls and with the popularity at her rallies. And you saw that those moderate Democrats recognized that, and they were on the attack last night.
Yeah, I was watching how the countdown breakup of how many minutes each candidate spoke.
Right.
And she was 5 minutes ahead of even the second candidate.
Yeah.
22 minutes.
She spoke 5 or 6 more minutes more than Joe Biden. That's a lot, but so much of that was her responding to those attacks and trying to justify her record.
So is she the front runner now, or is Biden still the guy to beat?
It's a tricky question. Biden certainly still does have a very solid base, but he hasn't been as strong as a candidate as a lot of people thought. And people certainly are seeing some of the vulnerabilities with what's happened with his son and Ukraine. And Elizabeth Warren, with her surge certainly in the polls and her strength as a candidate, we saw that those other candidates do consider her to be the front runner right now.
Now, speaking of those other candidates, did any of them make an impact at all last night to get their names and part of that grouping?
Yeah, a lot of people are talking about Amy Klobuchar and Pete Buttigieg, and they were certainly those two candidates that were on the attack. Interestingly, for Utahns, those are two of the more moderate candidates. And when I am watching these debates, I'm sort of trying to look at it through those two different eyes. Who's appealing to Democratic primary voters in Utah, and who's appealing to some of those moderate Democrats or Republicans who are looking for a candidate to support once the general election comes around?
Yeah, because Utah's in a very interesting position watching this debate, because you have some very pro-Trump supporters, right, who looking ahead to the general election next year, who are not moving there. So that leaves all those moderate Republicans, which then sway Utah's vote, which more likely than not will vote Republican coming up for the election.
We'll see, but in 2016, only 43% of Utahns voted for Donald Trump. That is so low for Utah, and we have polling even just this week that shows those numbers are very similar. So a lot of Utah votes are up for grabs right now.
So do you think these debates impact some of those kind of on-the-line Utah voters?
It's so hard to say this early in the stage. We're a year away from the general election, but people are engaged, people are watching, and whereas debates often just sort of reinforce what people think, with things being so wide open and politics so different than in the past, people are watching and taking notes.
All right, so you're watching that debate last night. Which of those candidates did not succeed? Which of those names will start to drop off now after these debates?
Well, I think when you look at those people that were only speaking a few minutes, those people that barely qualified, we may not see them very much longer. After each of these debates recently, we're seeing that people are dropping out. I think one person, again, people are really watching is Senator Amy Klobuchar. She has not qualified for that next debate, and she came out guns blazing last night trying to make a name for herself, trying to get the support she needs to qualify for the next one.
And that's going to be even harder because we had 12 candidates, which is the largest single candidate debate.
Right.
Now that's moving down to, I believe, 8 or so for that next debate.
Right. But people were talking about her. She was getting the interviews last night, and if you are listening to the analysis, reading the analysis, everybody's talking about the exchanges between her and Elizabeth Warren. There
you go, talking this morning with Morgan Lyon-Cotti here from Utah's Hinckley Institute of Politics. They follow everything political there at the U. And of course, we have a link to their website, abc4.com/GMU. Morgan, a pleasure as always talking with politics with you this morning.
Thanks for having me.
You betcha. Sarah, over to you.